I'm Greg Sutton, Chief Academic Officer here at Hardin County Schools. And we've had a great year this year doing our different sessions here on impacting learning and empowering students. And we have another great show here for you today, so thank you for joining us. We're actually socially distanced here this morning again on the show, so we're going to ask everybody to remove their masks so we can actually maybe hear them a little more clear moving forward. Today we're kind of showcasing one of our programs here in our district that really impacts a lot of our students, and that is our Project Search program. And with us today I have Ms. Brandy Bodner. She is our Project Search teacher here in Hardin County Schools. Glad to have you here today with us, Ms. Bodner. Thank you for coming. We also have Ms. Rhonda Lockwood, our Assistant Director of Special Education. So we're glad to have her here with us today. So very looking forward to this show. And Ms. Lockwood, I'm really just going to start out with you today and just kind of explain about what Project Search is and how this program got started for our students.
Well, I'm probably going to let Ms. Bodner kind of talk more about the program, but I can tell you how it got started. In the fall of 2018, we were actually contacted as the district from Dow Chemical by their site leader, asking if we might be interested in partnering with them to work on this project, which is really a program which entails getting students with disabilities into the workforce. And so that was kind of a condensed year. We had to do a lot of planning in a short time to get that ready for the following school year, lots of planning meetings. The person who developed Project Search is from Cincinnati, so she came down a few times to help get us rolling with that. Also involves Elizabethtown Independent School District, so we have students from both districts participating, a lot of collaboration between all parties involved. Okay. I would just like to read one statement that the site leader at that time had emailed back, and it kind of encompasses what the whole program is and what the end result is and how it benefits everybody. So at the time he said, "We have a real passion as a site to enrich the lives of young adults with disabilities in our community and help them reach a position where they have the opportunity to achieve meaningful and gainful employment. Once employed, they will add value to our community and most importantly satisfy their own aspirational goals." And I think that's what we want for all of our students in the district.
Well, this is outstanding. You know, this has been going on, it sounds like, for 3 years now. This is our third full year, 2018.
This is actually the second full year with students.
Second full year with students. And
yes.
First thing she said, and two things she said I really love here, and this is why we're talking about impacting learning and empowering students. We're talking about collaboration. We're also talking about collaborating with a community partner. They reached out to us and said, how can we impact students in your district? And this is one of the programs that's making a difference. So, Ms. Lockwood, thank you for sharing that this morning. And Ms. Bodner, I have to ask you, what makes Project Search unique? If you had to say a few things about being unique, what makes it unique?
I think the part that makes it the most unique is that it is a transitional program for graduates from going from school to work. They're placed into a work setting, learning job skills with a mentor that will help them gain competitive employment one day.
Okay. Well, and along the lines, the same line of questioning there, what is the mission and vision of the program, and what are some of the duties the students actually perform while they're there on site at Dow Chemical?
Our mission and our vision is that each intern will be able to be competitive in the workforce and gain employment by the end of the program. Currently, we have rotations where they're working in such places like the color lab, quality lab, maintenance, admin departments, and working on various projects throughout the
How long
plan.
are they there the whole day?
They're there from 8:30 in the morning until 2:30 or 3.
8:30, 2:30. So it's kind of like an on-the-job training type opportunity.
Yes.
And then hopefully it leads to a full-time position somewhere down the line potentially?
Yes.
Oh, this is great. So how many students are currently in the program, and what kind of opportunities does this provide the students maybe in the long run? How many students do we have right now?
Currently we have 5 interns, 4 coming from Hardin County and 1 is coming from E-Town. And basically this program is giving the students firsthand experience on what to expect from a job, what to expect in the workforce.
Okay. Well, let's go back to that collaboration part of this. You know, the collaboration between Project Search of Elizabethtown and, you know, Ms. Lockwood already mentioned the other plant site really at Cincinnati really kind of, you know, spearheaded this project for us. So what is some of the collaboration that goes on between the Dow Chemical plants in both areas and how they brought that together?
Well, right now we are very fortunate to be in collaboration with 3 other Dow sites.
3 others?
Yes.
Okay.
We meet bi-weekly with Texas, Louisiana, and the UK currently. And our interns are able to speak with other interns in those programs, and they talk about what fears they have, what successes they've made. They've had the opportunity to do mock interviews with one another, and they also have had opportunities to see where some have been hired, where some are still wishing to be hired, and they give each other ideas. It's a great thing.
These students are speaking with other students at other sites.
Yes.
And you mentioned what the other sites are again?
Texas, Louisiana, and UK. The UK, England.
No, that's unbelievable.
Could I just interject something, Mr. Sutton?
You sure can.
And actually, the program isn't just specific to Dow. There are companies all across the world involved in this, and it actually started in Cincinnati at the University of Cincinnati Children's Hospital.
Okay.
And so that's where the project actually started. There's not a Dow plant in Cincinnati, but the project started there. And so I just wanted to know it's for any businesses, any type of business that wants to help with the project.
So other partners can be a part of this as well.
Absolutely.
So maybe if they see this today, they may go, hey, we want to be a part of this.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we want to engage.
Yes.
But if we're reaching out to people on other continents,
Yes.
we're making this global. And I think that when we talk about learning opportunities, impacting learning, empowering students, it's not just here local. We're reaching out far and wide. So thank you for sharing that, because I did not know that. That's why we're doing this today. Very much a learning. I have to ask this. What about the collaboration between the plant, leaders, mentors? What has their role been in this process?
First of all, we have mentors that will help our students learn their job skills in their department. Our liaison at the plant picks the different mentors, and then they are given their interns. The site leader and the liaison have facilitated meetings with different op leaders in the plant, and that has also facilitated many projects for us. So one particular project that stands out is that our students have helped repackage 19,000 cartridges for one of our teams. And so they have been given ample opportunities just to prove themselves over and over again based upon the collaboration with our site leaders.
So they target specific skills and things they want them to be able to do. They give them tasks to complete, and it's very, very, very specific, it sounds like.
Yes, and at first
goal-oriented.
they were a little leery about, what we can do, what we can't do, and our interns have proven themselves over and over again. So as they continue to prove themselves, more projects come in.
Right. Now, how has Dow benefited from participating in this program with us and Elizabethtown Independent Schools? What's been their benefit moving forward with this? What's their thought process?
I think the benefit is mostly the daily positive impact that our interns make. They've been able to develop deep, meaningful relationships with their mentors. They check on them daily. It's an impact that we continue to make. As far as also the workload, we help with maintaining the workload for the factory. When they're out, they're missed. So we feel their absence if one is gone for the day.
Now, this is not really a co-op or an internship or apprenticeship type thing, really, I guess, in a sense. But, the goal is for the students to, eventually have full-time, job opportunities. So how many students have we been able to lead into those opportunities since the inception of the program that Ms. Lockwood mentioned a few years ago?
Last year, I do believe there are 2 interns that are gainfully employed right now. Out of the 5 this year, we have 3 that are employed.
That's great.
Yes.
So every year we're increasing a little bit.
Yes.
And people are seeing the impact of that program. So that's what it's all about. It's about moving kids out in those job opportunities and to create the skills they need to be successful when they get there.
Yes.
So that's outstanding. I guess, we've kind of answered this question, and both you can weigh in on this. What are the overall benefits of the program, for student growth and development? What are some things I guess you're seeing from the students now that they're in this program that you may not have seen just in a regular classroom?
Well, we first see them come to Dow as a little fearful, nervous, not sure what they're going to do. They may not have the best confidence. So we see that as they're learning that they can do more things, their confidence is built and their self-esteem grows. So they've come to us as students, and now they're leaving as young adults ready to enter the workforce.
Confidence is everything. Students having that self-worth, belief in themselves, that goes for any child at any level in any field you go into. You think about a new teacher that goes in the classroom for the first year. There's always a little bit of that, wow, this is my first opportunity to have my own classroom. There's a little, I don't want to say self-doubt, but just, competitive spirit, you want to do well. That's no different than anybody else that goes into a new job. We want them to have those feelings, but it sounds like we provided the support they need for them to be successful. So that's great.
Yes. If I could just
yes.
add on to that, one of the things in addition to what Brandy said is that a lot of the students had difficulty with schoolwork when they were in school and maybe didn't have a lot of success academically. But when they get the opportunities to perform on the job, they've really done well. And I think that's really built their confidence, and it's just made a big impact, and it's helped them. A lot of them kind of come out of their shells if they were shy or hesitant, and I mean it's just really been impactful.
You know, we're a digital world now, and what I see a lot is kids, they feel comfortable communicating through a phone or through a text or an email, but when they have to have a face-to-face conversation, looking someone in the eye, shaking someone's hand, I think probably we might say their communication, like she's saying, has increased tremendously, and through their confidence. So that's important to me, especially in the field that we're in. So I think we kind of answered this question as well. We're talking about barriers this program has broken down, and you know, if you can kind of, I think we've talked about this as well. What workplace readiness skills are developed in the program, and job search skills, job interview skills. Do these kids actually get a chance to go into an actual interview? Because you mentioned they kind of do some mock interviews with some of those other kids, but when they actually go for their actual position, does they have to go through an actual interview?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes. You mean an interview in the plant?
yes.
Yes, there is an interview process with the liaison.
Okay.
And we kind of look at what skills they possess and where they would fit in the best and what role in the rotations.
Yeah. Well, any good business is going to target the skills of the person, understand the skill set that person brings, and put them in the right spots. And it sounds like their plant leaders do a great job of that. But this helped me learn more about this program. And where do you see this moving forward? What is our long-term goals? If y'all can both kind of answer that, that'll kind of be our final question for the day. Where do we want this? Is this going to grow? Are we going to keep our numbers about the same? What do you all see as far as our long-term with this?
I would love to see it continue.
Yes, we've already started on the interns that will be out at Dow next year.
Okay.
Since they're a smaller plant, they can't accept a lot of students. Their total, the max they can have is 8, just because of
Okay.
the ability to get those into jobs there at the plant. And so next year we actually do have 8 students already ready to go. We've done we do a skills assessment each spring, and then they come in and they do a little interview and kind of go through some of the tasks. So we're ready to roll with that. So we're excited to have 8 students for next year. And the ultimate goal is not for the students to get a job at Dow when they're finished. It's to gain skills that they could go work other places.
That's right.
And so we want to keep building on that capacity, and then have other businesses see the worth in having these interns come into their fields.
Dow is just kind of the vehicle for them to learn some of these skills they're going to need to go out in the workforce, because it could work out there, but it could work out
Yes.
other places as well.
Yes.
And if we're maxing out our program of 8 students there, like you said, if there's other community partners out there listening today that says, hey, students with disabilities that are having an impact on the workforce and are coming out with the work-ready skills, if you can provide some opportunities for our students, we would appreciate that.
Right. And I think one of the big thing, and I think people at Dow would tell you the same thing, is not really the focus on the disability, but the ability of the students. And I mean, I think it's just been impactful for everybody.
Well said. Well said on that. With that positive comment there, I think that kind of says it all. So thank you, Dave, for joining us on our Impact and Learning Empowering Students. We'll see you next time.